we can manage the life of the positive, yeah, regarding in progress. But what would have to secure whatever our workflow is like, and let's get into the question. What is that to that? Your positivity and people are like a mixture of such a day that you have to do the confused. At least we have that getting the audience level. So we just have two options here. We have the option of the non-verbal translation. This is able to use quickly, not a bit of them, the inner scientist there. And organic, already we can play our it. There were even long by the and from there has what is happening in the our let's start a campaign of organization of this campaign because that's part of our member office. And today we chase me a little bit. So today, what do you?
next book is ONPASSIVE.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
All right. We are in it to win it. We are standing clear of the closing door. And today, they said the only constant thing in life is change. So I'm going to call on our moderator. We'll change things today a little bit around because change is the only constant thing, just like we've changed our platform today. So I'm going to call on the team moderator and I will hand it to Queen Sister Mama Mokomic. Over to you. Dr. Derek, make her.
Can you give our co-host, please?
Yeah, he's going to.
Thank you, Dr. Derek. Thank you, Dr. Patience. Greetings, everyone. Good morning and welcome. I want to appreciate the efforts we've all made to be here this morning and to start by thanking Dr. Bill for his dedication to support us. We know who Dr. Bill is. We don't need to waste time introducing him. We just have to let him to get into the program for the day because of too many things that he has after the commitment. So please, Dr. Bill, we appreciate you being with us today, and the microphone is yours, sir. Thank you.
Debbie, thank you, Patience, and all you beautiful people in the Dream Team. It's always good to be here with you. I always enjoy time spent with my friends anywhere in the world, but especially on the Dream Team. Now, I've got a birthday party for my granddaughter who's turning 9 that I am hosting the party, so I do need to be there. So I'm going to do my presentation ahead of the schedule in the normal way Dream Team does things. So you're not dreaming, this is happening, this is real. I am moving into the presentation, and it's really by request to fill out what we started last time, which was about AI and marketing and things that we're doing. So what I hope to be able to do is to give people an idea of what they might do. You know, if it's been done, it's probably possible is my favorite quote. And so I lead by example mostly. I show people what I do. I show people what's possible. And then some people decide they want to follow that model. They may, or they may be inspired to do something on their own. So that's the purpose here, is to kind of show you my path and blaze trails in different places. So let me do a little bit of a presentation with some slides and things. Let's get started with this one. How about this as a way to get going? We're going to show you a small video.
Sorry, Dr. B, did you share the sound as well?
Where's the share on that?
When you are sharing, you see share, and then you see sound. You click on share sound part as well. That's Zoom. I think when you do share, you have to click on share, and then you click on share sound on the bottom left. When you click on share, bottom left, you see sound. Check that box as well. Thank you.
That's what we get for going back to Zoom. Well, I don't see the place to do that.
Yeah, Dr. B, on your laptop, when you click on share, the share button, before you click on share again, bottom left, there's a share sound box. Check it. before you click on share. Then it will share the sound as well. If not, we'll just listen without. So you're using a laptop, right?
Yeah, I don't see it.
When you click on the share, green share button, before you click on the share on the right side, look at the bottom left. There's a share sound. It's better left for me, so maybe change for you. Okay. Where do you see it, Dr. Derek? Where do you see it?
I don't see it. We'll just skip that video. Too bad.
Dr. If you send it to me, I can play it and share it. If it's on WhatsApp, I can send to me. I can do that. If not, it's okay. And do next. We can do that next time.
Okay, instead of playing that video, which was just an intro, which talks about segmentation of the market and how important it is not just to do what you thought you used to do, but we need to segment our market even more, and because that's how it is. So I want to talk about AI transforming customer segmentation, and we're particularly interested in that on Passive because we're going to have AI built into everything we'll be getting in the future. So what is it that we can learn today about what's coming tomorrow about AI and customer segmentation? The artificial intelligence is built in to ONPASSIVE and other products is already revolutionizing customer and market segmentation, which will enable us to have data-driven insights and personalized marketing at scale. And that's the only reason that we can be more profitable and charge less money is that we can do things at scale with AI. So let's go into looking at exactly what it is that we're doing, what's making it possible for us to do the things that we're trying to do. It's the machine learning algorithms that are built into the AI that allow us to do things that humans normally do. And I want to show you a lot of things that humans are still doing and ways that humans are starting to use AI and machine learning to replace some of the human effort. We're going into the data out there, large data sets, and we're uncovering hidden patterns. We can't spend all our time digging, but AI can do it instantaneously. I mean, we can read a book in 5 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours. AI can read it within 5 seconds and give you the answer to a question in 5 seconds. We can do relationship detection. You know, we can connect the dots better with AI. We can identify intricate connections within data and bring them together and make them more useful. And so you're going to see some things today that you might not have known, or if you've been involved in AI, you might have known. And what we're going to find is that the predictive power will be able to forecast customer behaviors and preferences so we can deliver to them what they're thinking about before they even know they're thinking about it. We can look at the patterns that they exhibit as they go about their daily lives and offer things they're going to need in the future before they actually have the thought in their head that they need it because of patterns. If somebody else is doing something and they end up buying something because they did those things, other people that are doing the things that the audience is doing that you already know about, you can predict what the other people are going to buy. And so you can place products in front of them to buy before they know they want them, if that makes sense to you. How do you get the data on people? Well, there's a lot of ways, and this is one way. Is we're currently using in our business LinkedIn. We're using a hybrid model. We're not, totally done for you. We're not totally AI based with what we're doing right now. LinkedIn is it's got a lot of AI in it, but we also have a lot of human capital that we apply on top of things like LinkedIn and other products on the market. Why would you want to use or be involved with LinkedIn right now? Well, if you're in business, you're in LinkedIn. As of February this year, LinkedIn had over 1 billion members. 104 million users were active daily, and 48% were active monthly. They had 2 new members every second in 200 countries or more. And we're using LinkedIn with our growth elevation group, and we've identified ways to monetize LinkedIn profiles. And so that's kind of one of the secrets we want to promote, is that there's database sets out there that you can access the information and make money by accessing the database. The growth elevation group, as we talked about last time, and the Prosperity Club, which is a subgroup of growth elevation group, is something that is a company that Sadiq and I are part of, that we started. And each member of ONPASSIVE out there has a separate and individual business. So each one of our accounts is a separate business, right? And so one of our goals is to help people grow their ONPASSIVE business individually. But we also want to help people grow their other businesses using ONPASSIVE platforms when they're available. Right now, there's not but one available that's for communication, and one available for OTrim for link shortening, and one available OTracker in its short version for analysis of web traffic. So there's things available, but not everything you need is available yet. We're not one complete ecosystem yet. And so what we're doing is we're using what's available now to develop our business, and we will form strategic partnerships and alliances. So like I formed a partnership with Sadiq, and he's a neighbor here in Atlanta. Many of you know him from us walking in the park doing daily videos. And we put together a group called the Prosperity Club, and we incorporate some of the best of what's available today, bring ideas to people about how they can succeed and do better. What we know is that we have to adapt and change as the market dictates. When one product is surpassed by another product, we may replace. There was a time where Yahoo Mail might have been the best, then Gmail became the best, and our hope is that OMail would become the replacement for Gmail at some point. So we move forward as times and products dictate by their quality and their excellence. With the Prosperity Club, we form these alliances, and we use what's the best available at the time. And so if you've been in business 25 or 50 years like I have, you've seen a lot of things. You've seen things come and go. I was computerized as early as 1981 in my dental office, and we saw many operating systems come and go. We saw many email systems come and go. Many point of sale systems come and go. And so things will change, but what we always want to do is stay educated and stay up on what's available, right? And so what we're doing right now is showing people what's currently being used. In our growth elevation group, we're taking business to the next level. That's our entire goal. So one thing we promote is good business practices. Building your list is always critical to your business because that's where your value is. And so if you don't have a CRM to build your list into, you basically have no value to your business. You know, your list is your customer base. Your list is your people you're marketing to and selling to. And if you don't have a CRM, customer relationship manager, to track everything, then you have no nerve center. You have no brain. You're basically flying blind if you don't have the dynamic CRM. I'm developing a CRM. Odesk, I believe it's going to be called, but we don't have it yet. And we're waiting for those things to come. So until that time, you know, Go High Level is one that we're using. There are many. One of the things that we've done is create what's called Prosperity Club chapters. Since I'm a retiree officially, then I put together, you know, a group of people that are having similar interest. And so we're talking about market segmentation. When I speak to the retirees, I speak differently than I speak to entrepreneurs. You know, most of you here on this ONPASSIVE group might be an entrepreneur. You might be somebody who's looking to grow a business. You're active. You want to do something to make it grow. Or you might be a startup person in business. You're a youthful person, somebody 20, 30, 40 who wants to actually grow a business, to begin a business, to start a business. And so each segmentation has a different voice you speak to it with. And they have different goals and different desires. So you have to segment your market by what they want, not by what you want. We use AI to improve communication. So for instance, I wanted to take this document that we captured from a conversation. Now, I'll tell you how we captured the conversation in a little while. But we want to capture this conversation in a document as a conversation. It's a proposed letter that we want to create. And so what we do is we add it to ChatGPT, an AI product, to enhance our thoughts. How do you do that? You know, have you been trained enough yet on any AI product out there? And have you been using any of them yet? This is how we use this particular product, ChatGPT. We capture a PDF, and that PDF put into ChatGPT. And all you have to do is have the file. And you put it down there, and the link on the left, down at the bottom, where it looks like a safety a paper clip. And you click that, and then you add in the text file, the PDF file, and it goes into ChatGPT as soon as you click the button, the black button over here. Now, when that happens, you've got ChatGPT knowing everything in that text, whether it's a title of a book, an article, a post. You know, it can be a book that's 200, 300 pages long, and it will understand it just as well as if it's a one-page letter or a couple of paragraph post, because it's that fast. So when the AI soaks up all the information, it understands it and can talk back to you about what that information has inside it. You know, anything that's in a book could be regurgitated back to you and in an understandable way. Pretty amazing when you start looking at what the capability of these ChatGPT 4.0 and other things like what's available from all the different AI companies, many of them right now. We only use this one now. That's but there's many that are supposedly as good or better. So who knows? Now, getting back to LinkedIn for a second, the segmentation that's in LinkedIn is specifically the best there is in the market for people who want to do business. And so if you want to sell anything in the world, you're only going to sell to most people who are interested in doing business. If you're in the market with business software, SaaS products, there may be other markets for gaming. There may be other markets for entertainment, but for business, LinkedIn is your place. You can identify connections with the knowledge that's already in LinkedIn. When people set up a profile and they have an accurate profile, you've got leverage to know the social graph that uncovers the hidden connections and relationships between customers. You know who's connected to who, you know who their first, second, and third line friends are. You know everything about them. You can segment by the industry, the company, the professional background, their education. So you can deliver tailored content and offerings. You can analyze the content that they put inside LinkedIn. People put articles and posts in, and you can monitor your customers, how they interact with other people, what they put into their post. You can have AI read all these things and understand them, and you can query them with questions about what it is that your audience even thinks, what they feel. So very detailed in the content engagement. Then you can enhance your sales outreach. You can use LinkedIn data to personalize your sales pitch and identify the right decision makers. So you can set a parameter up. You can set income parameters with different databases. You can put geolocation with other databases. You can put in their sports they like. You could do the restaurants they visit. You could do the cars they own. You've got a lot of databases outside of LinkedIn even that you can click into to segment your market to understand them better. You can measure brand influence. You know, what people are mentioning and what they're sharing about, and you can develop what thought leaders think, and you can gauge your brand's reputation and impact among your key segments. All these things are available right now in LinkedIn, and many more things are available outside LinkedIn that can be connected to it with the correct CRM. So what I'm saying is LinkedIn's one database set. Your CRM can connect to it, but your CRM can also connect to 5 or 10 other databases as detailed in certain areas as LinkedIn is for business. So what you can do, this is an example here, you can copy your potential customer's profile from LinkedIn. Just do a copy paste, in other words. And once you get it, you can stick it into your own AI bot. And one of the businesses that we're looking to do in our Prosperity Club is create AI bots for people. Everybody can have their own individual AI bot. When you post something into an AI bot, then you can ask questions. You can add a prompt like this, you know. You can ask a question about that particular person, and it'll spit out the answer in summary or in detail, depending on what you ask it. If you want to know among all the people in your database of LinkedIn, who thinks about Honda station wagons and who owns one, if that data's in LinkedIn, you can get it out. More importantly, it might be that you would ask, who are the VP of sales that would be interested in looking at OTracker? You could look for all the VP of sales to monitor their websites and all the different companies and come up with a list of just those people. So when you add a prompt, you can add a question to the data you've got, and then you can modify it. You can actually change it around and ask a different question. You can ask how somebody should be responded to. We've increased our sales conversion ratio from maybe 5% to 10 or 20% just by asking the question of how should we respond in the best voice that this person would understand, given these are the business parameters. If you ask the right question to GPT, to an AI program, you're going to get much better information. So learning to do prompts is one of the most important parts of understanding AI. If you don't ask a good question, you won't get good answers. So asking questions is an art form, and that's why people, the prompts, make a pretty good bit of money, because they're the thought out questions in advance that you ask AI, the big chat GPTs and whatnot. Let's look at another set of tools what AI tools that we're using currently in our business. I want to introduce you to one called MeetGeek. We found this one just a year ago. And Sadiq is a auditory learner and I'm a visual learner. So I like to read my information. Sadiq likes to hear it. And sometimes when I hear his accent, when I hear him talking, and I don't quite understand everything, not just because of his accent, but because my learning style is not as good hearing as it is seeing. And so with MeetGeek, we solved the problem. What MeetGeek does is, as we're walking in the park, for instance, I'm talking, he's talking, but we're recording as we talk, a conversation. And what will happen is it will transcribe what we said and then analyze it. So as an example, we're recording our conversations and talking about business tips or business hacks. And we're in the process right now of creating a upcoming New York Times bestseller, 52 Business Hacks, a book that's going to highlight some of the best ideas to grow a business. And so we talk about it, we transcribe it, have it analyzed by MeetGeek. So when it's analyzed, you're basically getting the best information down on written form so I can work with it and understand it. And I don't have to remember anything from the conversation, which I don't often learn anyway as well from just listening. I have to see it. And so MeetGeek is very useful in turning conversation into text. And then it's analyzing the text so that we can understand it. You can apply that to podcasts like I do the Influencers podcast. And if we apply the MeetGeek to the podcast, it's going to give you a transcription. You can do it for any webinar. You can turn on MeetGeek during any session like we're doing right now, and you could have a transcription of everything said during the whole time. And you can actually ask later on the AI to go back and tell more about a particular subject. You could say, give me everything that was said by so-and-so, and it will give you, a transcription highlighted. Sometimes you'll actually see it highlighted so you can know who said what during the conversation. So there's other products. I mean, everybody's heard of StreamYard. A lot of people use StreamYard. And with MeetGeek plus StreamYard, you've got more and more capabilities added together. You can go live on Facebook, you can go live on YouTube, you can go live on LinkedIn with StreamYard and on Twitter. And what happens when you get all the capabilities of integration between the different parts, you become a multi-channel production. And that's one of the things, live streaming, that's going to be very important for the future as we are Connect capabilities, is that we add multiple channels that we can go live on. The live streaming, we can do it right now in Connect with YouTube. But in the future, will we also be able to go into these other programs? That's what we hope. We're hoping that the future channels that we get will have robust features, just like many of the competition. So we'll never want to be able to say, our product won't do this. We want to be able to do everything anybody else can do. And that's one of our goals as we see our product being further developed. You've heard that there's sentiment analysis with ONPASSIVE, that we can tell how people are feeling. Natural language processing can really dig deep into the emotional intelligence and understand customers' emotions by how they sound, by what words they use, even by the look of their face in the visual area. So language analysis and photo analysis are extracting insights from customer conversations. If I think we're on the forefront of this, I think we're going to be good at this. Right now, already built into MeetGeek. It's already involved in everything that you want in a software product, people are trying it in many different arenas. And so the best things that we see, of course, we want them in our products. And so you got a baseline, a benchmark of things that you need, things that you get used to using. And so as ONPASSIVE comes out and we get to see the products, then we get to see, you know, how competitive are we in each market. And right now we're already doing many of the things that these other companies are doing. And so we're anticipating how can ours be just as good or better. And that's what our engineers are doing right now, looking over every other product, trying to put together our product to match or be better than any other. MeetGeek will get from any webinar, audio, or video a transcribed instant analysis. And so to get a summary of an entire 2-hour presentation on a one-page summary would be very valuable. And so that's something that's available right now in the AI business, in that market. And so as we start to see what we can get from ONPASSIVE and OConnect, these things will become very important to other people are doing. And I think we're going to be getting there. There's another product, you know, just to say that MeetGeek's not the only one out there. Good Meetings is another one that we use for AI integration. And for instance, you can take Good Meetings as kind of like a central point, and you can add in HubSpot, Salesforce, Pipedrive. You can add in over here on the schedulers, Google Calendar, Outlook, and Calendly. You can use it with Zoom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams for video conferencing. You can add in Slack or Notion. You know, our products that we have that would compete with these would be like Opeer, for Salesforce. We'll have our CRM. We'll have a calendar. We'll have, of course, OConnect. And so all these things right now are being connected together by what's called an API. And the API is just like a plugin so that these things talk to each other. And what we're doing with an ecosystem is trying to eliminate the need for APIs for the most part and have everything in-house, everything connected that we need all in one ecosystem. But it's not there yet. And, you know, I don't know that we're going to have APIs that connect to our system or not. I expect that's going to be a likely thing, but, you know, nobody's told me about APIs and ONPASSIVE. So that's a question that I'll put out there for the, you know, tech leaders to answer for us as to whether we will get to have API connections to other products or not, or whether we're going to be standalone 100%. With Good Meetings, though, you can find key moments. You know, if you're going through a conversation, it's going to look in there and tell you where in the conversation something happened, something that was important, so you can see quickly how to go back and find that in the conversation. You'll also be able to go in there and understand the customer profile. It'll give you a complete summary. It'll tell you things about people. It'll actually generate questions, and answers will be set so that your customer base can read a question and then answer the questions. You can get a summary of how people think, so you can score them and qualify them based on leads, responses. So all sales techniques and tools that will enable people to understand their customer base, offer them products based on need and want rather than what you think they need and want. You got a lot more data coming in, make better decisions. Now, also in Good Meetings, you've got a list of features: call recording, transcriptions, call analysis, multi-language support, video meeting library, automated action items, human level summaries, meeting performance insights, customized reporting dashboards. It goes on and on. These are going to be useful. These are the things we need. These are the things that we need to compete against in ONPASSIVE. And so if you're doing coaching or, you're doing things that are going to help sales conversions improve, well, all these things are going to be important to have in ours. So I bring these up to show you what's out there right now. I bring these up to show you that there's going to be a better way than what I'm showing you. And we have promises of more features, more benefits, but far less cost. If you look at everything that we've been looking at, everything costs a lot, thousands of dollars in some cases, hundreds in other cases. And when things get put together by ONPASSIVE, they're going to be a lot more predictable, a lot more efficient, and a lot more involved with AI than anything in the past. So if we talk about predictive analysis, predicting what people will do so that you can make better decisions, you're data mining to uncover, again, the hidden patterns of people making choices so that you can go forward and offer them things in advance before they even know they need it. We're predicting customer interest and actions. We're segmenting with optimization. We're defining the targets so detailed, so much more perfect. Ash used the term targeted traffic, which we'll talk about here. Targeted traffic is really the key. If you send people something that they want to buy instead of just a list of junk that they don't want to buy, you're going to get higher conversion rates for each send you send out. Predictive modeling, AI-driven recommendation engines. We're going to engage people. We're going to go into the databases of the world and pull out the information that's going to move us forward, right? We're going to hyper-personalize. In other words, if you can show somebody exactly the type things that they would like to buy, say that they're from Texas, and they typically buy Western-themed cowboy things, well, we're not going to offer them something from New York City that's slick and, upscale. It's cowboy boots versus whatever they wear in New York. You're going to hyper-personalize, in other words. We're going to improve the engagement, timely recommendations, more satisfaction, more loyalty, anticipating their needs and desires. That's what AI can do. So our future is really in the targeted traffic. That's the promise of ONPASSIVE, and everything that we're able to do with targeted traffic is to get things to people on a regular basis with the AI, and AI takes the lead in that. The improved engagement due to the AI-enhanced customer segmentation leading to the personalized experiences means that if somebody feels like your answer question is really built on what they would understand, what they need, they're going to be a lot more able to listen to what you're talking about. As we developed our sales process with some of our sales training, one of the things that we learned was that you have to give insights to people, actual insights. So for you to, as a salesperson, if you're selling anything, even AI products, SaaS products from ONPASSIVE, you have to give an insight to somebody about why your product, your SaaS product, would be better than somebody else's. You have to uncover what it is that's going to benefit the customer before they'll buy. You have to identify and share with them that actual insight. So that's the difference in salespeople. If you want to know exactly why some salespeople are more successful than others, is because they understand a business and they give an actionable insight. They give specific numbers based on knowing a business about why your product would be superior to another product. And you can show somebody how much money could they save if they use your product versus else's product. That's the basis of sales anyway, is to show that your product is superior. Maybe it costs less, maybe it has better service after the sale. Maybe it has better customer satisfaction when people, the user interface is better. So you have to know your product. And that's why we're always saying to people, you need to learn about ONPASSIVE products. If you're going to be a person who wants to have a successful business and you're going to be involved in the marketing, you're going to be involved in sales, then you need to be there for them to do that. And then there's the interactions. Elevated interactions means you're interacting at a higher level. You do more with the people. You're engaged. And so if you can engage better, then you have better sales, better market conversion. So with all this advanced customer profiling that you can do, with all the data collection happening, it's got to be done automatically and at a distance, autonomously by the machine. So natural machine learning has to be part of this. And it comes from multiple sources. Right now, we've been talking about LinkedIn, but there's other databases that you plug into. There could be national databases, local databases, databases you don't even know about, you can tap into. You want to make comprehensive profiles, not just on one set of data, but many sets of data about the behaviors, the traits, the preferences of consumers. And AI can do all this for us. We don't have to do it at all. There's continuous refinement needed. You got to keep up to date. It can't be built in 1922 and be left alone, right? It's got to be 2024. And when next year rolls around, it's got to be 2025 data in the database. It's got to be updated. Then you got to have a unified view where you're looking at the whole picture to understand the customer. Customers evolve. You have to evolve too. So only AI can do that properly. And so that's one of the good reasons why we feel like our targeted content is going to be so much better. Our hyper-personalized AI content, that traffic goes to everywhere, and it goes with dynamic optimization with refined campaigns based on that data. If Ash has his way and the funnels are built and the targeted traffic goes through them, then the bottom line conversions are going to be truly amazing. We have the desire to have cross-channel consistency where everything is seamless and the customer experience has many touch points. They may see billboards, they may see TV ads, they may hear things on the radio, all over social media from every platform. You're going to have cross-channel consistency about who's ONPASSIVE, what the SaaS products are, what is OConnect, what is ODIT, what is OPeer, what is OPAL. And so consistently, you're going to have everybody understanding what all this is as the marketing continues and gets spread out. But it's going to be generated so that it's personalized to each customer segment. Everybody has a different need. Everybody has a different wish. And so we want to leverage the power of things like ChatGPT-4 and other programs like it to generate this personalized prompts. And if you do that, you can have better follow-up. You can have amazing. I want to show you an example when you talk about personalization. As we were using it, we were writing more information about this book. We're talking about the 52 business hack. And so we put a prompt into ChatGPT-4. And we said, we want you to give us who's the number one target for this hack that we've identified. Say I've got 52 hacks and I want to do 52 different audiences. What's the best way to approach each of the 52 target audiences? Well, first three that came up were time management, cash flow management, and customer retention. Those were three hacks. And so we had three different audiences we were going to go. And we asked ChatGPT, who's the target audience for time management? And they told us it was small business owners and entrepreneurs. And they told us why. They wear multiple hats and struggle with prioritization with their numerous responsibilities. Same thing with the cash flow management and customer retention and so on for 52 more different hacks. Okay, so we got the hacks, we've got the audience, and then we ask a question like, as time management expert, we say we want ChatGPT to act as a certain point of view. They are a time management expert. We ask them to give us the best title for a post to attract small business owners and entrepreneurs who want to have better time management. We ask the question to get the best post title. And so when we did that, we came up with this answer, the response from ChatGPT-4, and it gave us a rationale behind it. So not only did it give us the answer we sought, mastering time, essential strategies for small business owners and entrepreneurs juggling multiple roles, it also gave us the reason why they chose it, so that you can kind of understand and see if that fits with your understanding. So this is the level of understanding that these AI have now. We asked the third prompt, give us 3 essential strategies in bullet point form for time management that create the greatest time savings. And so we started to flesh out concepts for our book when we did that. And it gave us this, it gave us these 3, the Eisenhower matrix, the time blocking, and the automation routine tasks. But that was a lot of stuff on the screen, and I go, that's not really what I wanted to show people. And so I used a different program just so I could show you how we're using AI. I said, make it shorter. And I asked the question inside my slide maker. This is another AI product, Gamma, which makes slideshows. And it actually made the slideshow you're seeing right now. And so I said, make that previous slide shorter. And so here's what it did. It took that in about 1 second. Once I pushed the button, it just popped in there, streamlined time management. It still had the Eisenhower matrix, time blocking and automation, but it shortened the sentence from a paragraph to 2 lines. That's the magic of AI. And so the future of AI customer segmentation lies in so many different areas. If you combine everything, the autonomous profiling, real-time adaptation, the predictive recommendations, the continuous data aggregation, the instant campaign adjustments, and you have anticipation of customer needs, all things that we hope and wish and plan to be in ONPASSIVE's targeted traffic, then we have increased sales and conversions. So the more we use AI, the better things are going to be. That humans have to spend less time, machines can do things for us to get our increased sales and conversions. So as we all see, we have the OES has cross-functional collaboration between the different products. In the OES, we have data integration, so everything that's known is known by all of the platforms. So we have unified customer data across all sources. That's not difficult to see and understand, but it's difficult to do and gather. And most other companies use the API system to integrate. We're going to have that a lot more integrated than they do. We have the OES inter-platform alignment, where marketing and sales and service are all combined together under one. Now, a lot of people are trying to do that right now. The OES has a goal of having that as its main function, is that everything's aligned together. And if we can do that, then we'll be on top of the heap as far as the SaaS product world. Continuous optimization by ONPASSIVE will happen. So we're going to refine the segmentation and the campaigns on an ongoing basis. That's the beauty of it all. We don't have to do it ourselves. It's going to be done for us. So if you're in it with heart, you win it. And our dream is Catmo. We have always planned on Catmo. We've always hoped that it would be targeted, that it would be automatic and complete. Complete automated targeted traffic to make money for those who are co-founders and ONPASSIVE. So there you have the information that I wanted to share today. And I've enjoyed being with you on this good Sunday morning, now Sunday afternoon in Atlanta. And I hope that from now on, if we think about ONPASSIVE, we'll think about automation, we'll think about AI, we'll think about what's possible in the future. Compared to what we got right now, ONPASSIVE is going to surpass everything, I believe. We're just anticipating. That's where we are right now. We're anticipating what's out there. We're anticipating what's behind the curtain, what's going to be available to us to use. Right now, it's all behind the curtain except for a few. And when we can use it all, we're going to be so happy. We're going to be so thrilled. And I can't wait. Debbie, back to you and patience. And
Thank you so much. Let me say happy birthday in advance to your 9-year-old granddaughter, whom you're going to celebrate now. We had so many questions for you, but because you have to leave, can we write those questions and get you back on the part 3 so you can answer those questions before your next presentation?
Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to miss out on answering questions. So why don't you capture the questions, and then we'll make a special video to answer those questions.
Wow, Dr. B, we really just want to appreciate you. Even though you're hosting your precious granddaughter birthday, you still find the time to come and share this amazing knowledge with us. So we're going to have Dr. B for part 3, AI marketing part 3. Please bring all your questions the next time he comes. We don't want to deprive his granddaughter from grandfather's love, and he's the one hosting the birthday. He's gracious enough to come and share this wonderful knowledge with us. We don't take it for granted. We really, really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you for the flexibility of allowing me to go to the thing that I need to be at.
It's not written on stone, Dr. B. We just need to motivate people before the presentation, but it's flexible. This is a flexible group. It's a family group. We thank you a lot. Ooh, my goodness. Dr. B, I might be calling you. Oh, wow. Gee, let me thank you. See you next time.
Thank you, Dr. Bill. We'll see you next time.
Next.
And save some of the cake virtually for us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bill.
You heard from
Thank you, Dr. Bill.
If you had any questions from the presentation today, please make a note of it, because we're going to make sure he comes back and answer our questions. I know there were some people who had questions from the previous presentation he made, and I promised them that he was going to be here today. Little did I know that we're not going to have him for much longer period. So anyway, I was just saying that for the benefit of those who may not have been able to at the beginning, that he wasn't going to stay until the end. So I'm going to pass right now.
What we'll do, Queen Debbie, if everyone please think the board presentation will be on YouTube. Watch it, write your question when he comes for part 3. Ask those questions so you can understand part 3. That way we keep learning. I think this is very useful, even in our own other businesses. This is really useful tools and information. Sorry, Queen Debbie, I just wanted to add that.
No, you did the right thing. Thank you. That's why we're working together as a team. All right, I was just going to mute myself and pass over to, we have all our co-moderators, and this segment, all of us, we're all here now. The presenters, and from moderating, from the word and from the chat and everything. We're so honored to see all these beautiful faces. Thank you all. Sister Kamla, Sister Lorato, Sister Julie, Sister Benny, and Sister Yvonne. I'll pass it to you, Sister Kamla, to move forward with word. Thank you. Sister Kamla, go ahead and introduce, please. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Queen Sister Debbie. Apology, I'm just joining right now. So I was still trying to settle in. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Dream Team. I know our welcome team has already welcomed everyone, but we can never say welcome enough. So welcome again, and we are always glad to have you here. So at this time, haven't heard from our guest speaker, Dr. Bill Williams. We are going to the next, which is going to be our word for today. And this is no other person new. We know all ourselves, we know our sisters, and I would like to say it's a pleasure for me to introduce you, Sister. Give us your word, Sister Lorato.
Hi, my beautiful sister.
Yes.
and everybody here, Sister Debbie, Dr. Patience, and all my like my brain is spinning right now. You know, I was listening to Dr. Bill, and just there's so much information that he shared that is so valuable. And my head is still spinning because, you know, technology, you have to be on top of everything to flow with technology. So I was just looking at everything. At some point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to call Dr. Patience and I'm going to call Dr. Derek to brief me because some things were like, choop, choop, choop. So I need time to just get myself together and gather myself for that information that he shared. It was really, really beautiful. And the presentation, of course, is always top notch. It's Dr. Bill. I mean, really. So I'm just grateful to be here. And like Dr. Benny says all the time, we're not here because of our own doing. We're not here because, you know, we willed to be here. Our Creator made sure that we're here at this specific time and season to fulfill our purpose, to meet one another, to commune together. And I say always, that all of us here have a purpose to fulfill and we have a destiny to fulfill. So it's good to be here at this time. And I don't take this time for granted. I'm always grateful to share my heart and to, you know, so that we can just have a flow of energy and so that we can pour into one another, right? So this moment for me is a moment that I take for granted. I'm really, really grateful. Yeah. So I don't know how I'm going to begin because Dr. Bill, like I said, my head is still spinning. But I remember the last time when we were here, we spoke about divine alignment and we talked about divine timing. And if I'm going to recap, there were points that we I discussed with you. And then one of the points was, you know, not forcing things, you know, because sometimes when we are in our frustrations, we want to force things to happen. We want to force. We have this egoistic idea that we can control everything, right? Men want to control everything, and you know, just the surrender into knowing that we cannot control everything is a very beautiful place to be. Those moments when we are just at peace, knowing that everything we cannot control, and those things that we can control, we have to be at peace with those things so that we can allow flow to come into our lives. Because what happens is that when we are fighting, trying to control things, we are not in a receptive mode. We are resisting, right? We put in resistance into our lives because now we're fighting with God. We're fighting with timing. We're not aligning and agreeing with good to come in. When you're busy fighting, all the good things that are supposed to come in, they will find it difficult because the environment that you're creating the environment of resistance. So I think it's worth talking about again to say we have to align with good. So we're just going to start. I mean, alignment means then to be in agreement, right? That means to be in agreement. When we talk about alignment, it means to be in agreement. So that means for us here, we've been talking about mindset. We've been talking about our thoughts. We've been talking about everything in our lives aligning with everything, with everything that we decide to be. What do I mean by that? We spoke about wealth creation. We spoke about prosperity. The spirit of prosperity is not something that you acquire, it's something that you have to be. That means you have to be aligned with prosperity. To align with prosperity, you have to align with it with your mind, you have to align it with your and your actions. So that means everything has to flow. You can't be here talking about prosperity, and when you leave this chat or when we leave this beautiful webinar, you're in your room thinking about lack, right? That means then it's two things fighting with each other. Alignment means when we speak about prosperity, everything that you do in your life has to agree with prosperity. So you have to be very intentional about the choices that you make every day. So alignment means then you have to be very intentional. From when you wake up, for me, what I do is that when I wake up, I take 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, I do my Thanksgiving prayer. I thank God for everything. I thank Him for the breath in my body. I thank Him for everything. And I start putting myself in alignment and I start decreeing the things that I want to see throughout the day. And then I make a decision on what am I going to agree with today? What am I agreeing with? No matter what happens, I mean, things will happen, life happens, right? But the decision that I make, even if I face things that are contrary to what I agreed with, I am not going to dwell in those things too long because my focus is to be aligned with prosperity. And how do I do that? I mean, throughout the entire day, you'll meet situations where you don't feel like this person. I mean, there are people who have financial challenges now, right? And then you go somewhere, you want to get something, you can't get things or whatever. But for me, mentally, when I speak to myself, as like the last time when we spoke, I said, I don't go to a shop and think, oh, I can't afford this. I ask myself, how do I afford this? Not, I cannot afford this. So meaning that everything that I do, if I'm looking for something, I will work towards affording it, right? I will find for it. And sometimes when I'm in that state of flow, something will happen. Money will come from somewhere, or something will happen, or something better will enter my life. Why? Because now I surrendered. I didn't try to control that situation, get angry that I can't afford this thing, or get angry at everybody. Now I'm not talking to everybody because now I can't afford this thing. You know what I mean? I just sit there and think. First of all, for me, when I want to get something,
Look, them. Okay, so what's I volume?
I'm gonna need everybody. Dr. Patience, your mic is on, so I can't talk.
Oh,
It's a little
sorry,
bit
I'm trying to find a way to mute myself. Oh Lord, can somebody mute me? Somebody mute me, please. Oh Lord.
Thank you. So what do? I said that in the morning, I already decide what I'm going to agree with throughout my entire day. Right. So if there's something that I want, I will ask myself, okay, is this a want or a need? Because I also do treat myself, right? And then if it's something that I want, at that moment, this thing is something that is beyond my budget, I will ask myself, okay, what can I do to be able to afford this? And I would look at the thing, I'm like, I like it. And I would love to have this if it's something that I really, really would like to have, right? And then I find myself, I mean, it's not magic. Things don't happen like magic, but I find that when I'm in the receptive mode, things will happen and they will come together that will assist me into actually achieving that goal of whatever that I want. Things will happen. I mean, money will flow from another way because I'm not sitting in a position of resistance and anger. I'm not sitting in a position of not aligning or not because I'm agreeing with prosperity. So I'm saying I'm prosperous. So whatever that I want or whatever that I want to flow into my life, I'm agreeing with it. It doesn't have to happen at the hot minute or right there and then, but I know that if it's mine, it will come in. It will come in. So I don't sit there in resistance, but I sit there in receptivity. I allow myself and allow the prosperity that I declared, or this prosperity that I'm flowing in with, to bring those things and attract those things that I want in my life. So it's important that we align with what is good. And we have to take action towards those things, right? So when we talk about divine alignment, we have to take action. That means you have to make choices on how you think. You have to make choices on how you act. You have to make choices on how you how you speak, right? So everything has to align. We're here, we're in ONPASSIVE, everything to align with what we want. We are building wealth, we are building, the company is building for us, but our thoughts, our speech, our action towards the company has to align with what we want. We cannot diss something and expect this thing that we're dissing to bring something marvelous to us, right? All right, we can't, because even if we get advantages from ONPASSIVE while we're dissing it or whatever, yeah, it's not like we can sit comfortably and enjoy that wealth, right? So it's important that everything we do in our thoughts towards our company, in our speech, in our actions, it aligns with what we believe, it aligns with what our heart, what we meditate on, it has to align. It's very, very important. And this is also what our CEO talks about all the time. He says, if you're going to be, in that wealth creation and everything, you have to have the mindset for that. You have to have the mindset for good, right? We have to agree with God. We have to agree with good. And then the other thing that we spoke about was divine timing, all right? Right now, before I was talking about alignment, the divine timing was, we spoke about the fact that we don't force things, guys. I even made an example of the fruit that they have in Jamaica, which is ackee. The ackee fruit is very beautiful to eat. They make ackee and salt fish and everything, but ackee is very, very dangerous when you eat it outside its season. If you eat it when it's not ripe, it can actually kill you, right? So it's very, very important that we allow things to process, because most of us want to control everything, and we don't realize that we are here trying to control everything. We are part of everything that is happening. Everything is happening for us, but it's not happening only for one person, right? There's a web of things that needs to happen in order to come together to serve that moment where everything happens for us at the right time. So when we are forcing things, you're there because of your frustration. We don't want to surrender. You don't want to surrender and so, okay, fine, everything will happen at the right timing. You're fighting with everything. You're forcing things. So tiring, guys. Some people even fall sick because you're trying to force things, and then that's when bitterness comes in, anger comes in, and now because all these things now don't agree with good, whatever that you want to happen for your life that is good, now it's even going further and further and further away from you, because why? Now you are entertaining anger and frustration and all those things. And yeah, and of course, all of us are human. We can get frustrated when things don't happen at a certain time, but we have to build in coping mechanisms that will help us to shift. If we're in anxious, help us to shift. For me, I'm anchored in the Word of God. When I start getting anxious, I'll go to the Word of God. It's like, don't be anxious for anything, but in prayer and supplication, make your request known, right? I will go in my prayer time and just meditate and say, okay, fine. I mean, certain things are not in my control. The time is not in my control. These things are not in my control. And what do? I speak to God. I'm like, okay, Lord, I mean, there's timing, there's this. I know that it's not only me here. Everything has to work together for my good. That means that good that I'm looking for, other things have to happen before this good comes into manifestation. So I have to be patient enough to wait for that good to happen. And so everything that goes along with it have to be paid, even if I don't see it, because most of the time when things are working for us, we don't see them. You don't see them. You don't see these things working, and you don't see them. So just being in peace and allowing everything to work together for your good, and be at peace. For me, you have to find coping mechanisms that are in place that will help you to cope when you start getting anxious, or when you start to get, oh, is it coming now? What is happening? Find coping mechanisms. Other people will read something, read the word. I read the Word of God, and it helps me I get aligned. I start reading the truth. The truth says that everything is working for me. The truth says that God's plans for me are for me to prosper. And the expected end that God has for me is beautiful. So if the Word of God says that everything works together for beautiful for me, that's what I'm going to believe. I'm not going to sit there now, start agonizing. I need it. No. I have to understand that everything, there's a timing and there's a process. Even if I don't see it, but there is a process that will lead me there. And even in that waiting, most of the time we ask for something, but we're not ready for it. We're not ready for it, or we're not equipped to be able to handle it. And God, in his mercy, what does he do? He allows time to lapse so that in that waiting, we are gaining wisdom. In that waiting, we are gaining a resilience. In that timing, we learn to trust him. We learn to trust God. We learn to trust. We learn to let go, right? In that time, there are other things that are happening that are preparing us for the blessing that we're asking for, or for whatever that we're waiting for. So time is very important too. It's very important. It can be also to our advantage. All right. So the divine timing, we have to really understand that it's beyond our control. It's not something that we can control. And now we have to start building coping mechanisms that will allow us to flow with good, meaning that to be aligned with the timing as well. So we have to practically take steps to build things in our lives that will help us to cope while we're waiting. There are many people that left ONPASSIVE, guys, because they didn't have the coping mechanisms to actually see the vision through. They couldn't. Even in the process where so many things were happening, they were not seeing all the little things that are coming together for our good. I mean, there's so many things that happened from when I joined ONPASSIVE till now. So many things have happened. I've witnessed Burj Khalifa, presentations on Burj Khalifa. I've witnessed train station named ONPASSIVE. I've witnessed collaborations that are coming together with ONPASSIVE, like big marketing strategies. I've witnessed so many things, collaborations. We just saw a video before Dr. Bill spoke with what is happening with our engineer, Dr. Kamal, the meetings that he had on all these things that are happening, right? But for some people, because they didn't see the expectation, they're expecting money, they didn't see that thing now, they couldn't wait. So all these things that are working together to get to the end goal, which is, anyway, money is not the end goal, but to get to what they're waiting for, they couldn't be patient enough to wait for it. They didn't understand that other things have to happen before you get to this point. So for things to happen, for that timing, for things have to build up to this point where you are going to earn your money, where you're going to earn this thing that was promised, but other things have to happen first. So other people couldn't cope. They couldn't cope. They were just undone. They wanted things to happen now. We're joining today, tomorrow we're millionaires, and that's that, which is unrealistic. It's really unrealistic. But I mean, we believe differently, right? So, and people have, all of us have the way we think, but other people were not patient enough, or they didn't build structures to help them cope while in the waiting. Or I know needs arise, right? We have needs. Other people need money now. We cannot take that for granted or dismiss those needs. There are real needs and they're there, but you have to build coping mechanisms. If you're there, there's one person that says, yeah, you can't leave, don't leave your job until things start flowing for you in ONPASSIVE. It's going to happen. But in the meantime, go to your job. Still go to your job and do what you need to do to sustain your life. All right. Still, the good news is that you have something, you have a hope, you have something that is promising you a bright future, and you can see it building that brighter future for you. But that future has a specific timing when things will start manifesting for you. It's not going to happen now, because you're not the only person that is here. You have so many people, all of us here are coming together with our hope, with our dreams, with our destinies to fulfill. So things have to be aligned for all of us, not only for you, your need alone. And this is what also people don't understand, that my need is now. So everything has to happen now. Forgetting that there's millions of us here. All of us here have a purpose. All of us here, there's a timing for all our lives. So everything has to be aligned. Everything has to be set in place so that all of us, when things start happening, they happen for all of us at the right time, not only for one person, right? So they couldn't wait. They didn't understand the divine timing. They didn't understand that there are so many things that are working for us, guys. And because they were anxious, they failed to see that beautiful things are happening for us in ONPASSIVE. We have victories that there are victories that are happening for us. so many beautiful things and powerful things, but because you're focused on one thing, you don't actually get to see everything else that is happening. All those blessings that are happening every day, or the gifts that we see every day, you can't see it because you're just focused on one thing. So you can't even see the process. There's one time when our CEO says, enjoy the process, enjoy the little things. This meeting now, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying everybody here. Dr. Bill just spoke. I enjoyed that moment because I was in the moment. I enjoyed it because I can't buy it anywhere. I can't buy it anywhere. The fact that he shared his time to come and tell us about these great products that are own benefit as well, I didn't overlook that. It was important for me to know that that is a moment that I have to take very, very seriously, because not everybody will come and share with you how to prosper. People will not share with you how to prosper, but there are people who are taking their time to come here and say, guys, we can prosper together and I can share my knowledge. I mean, Dr. Benny comes here and talks about security, cyber security. This information is very valuable. People pay for this. The people pay for this knowledge. So all these things that are happening for us, because that knowledge that she's sharing about cyber security is something that benefits you also outside of ONPASSIVE. So we cannot say that we're not gaining anything. So if you're only focused on one thing, you don't see everything else, the value and everything else that is happening for you, because you're only focused on one thing. You're only focused on one thing, right? Money. We just want money now. But everything, the value and everything that everybody's pouring in, you don't see it. You miss those things. You miss those blessings. You miss those things, right? So let's relax, guys. I want us to sit in surrender and relax and know that everything is happening for us for our good, because we have a purpose. And yes, this dream or this vision of ONPASSIVE is big. Each and every one of us will get to fulfill our destiny and fulfill our dreams. But this thing is like, I see it as a big machine that has so many parts that are working together in order to perfect everything. So we're going to have to really surrender and sit in that thing. Just practice surrender and practice alignment, right? Align yourself with what is happening. Align yourself with what is good. So all these other little miracles that are happening for us and these benefits that we get, just be open to receive all these things. And do not allow yourself to be in resistance because you are fighting every day. You're like, it's not happening now. Good things won't flow in when you're busy, resisting. When you're busy resisting, because as soon as I said we are vibrational beings, guys. We are vibrational beings. So the energy that you create around you will be the energy that determines what comes into your life or what goes away, right? So I will say we do attract things that happen to us. So it is true. So that energy, are you in that energy of anger and have you ever been around people who are anxious all the time? It's so exhausting. Have you been going somewhere, or you're driving somewhere with your children? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? By the time you're so exhausting. You explaining to them, yes, we still have 100 kilometers to go. After 2 kilometers, are we there? Do you know how exhausting that it takes a lot of energy to be able to calm them down? But when you teach them how to cope, to say, guys, we're going to take 100 kilometers, every other 40 kilometers, we're going to stop somewhere. You guys can go out. So we're going to enjoy this journey. I'll tell you, it takes 4 hours. We will count down the time. You help them to cope with the trip. You break it down in pieces for them to understand, okay, guys, we can actually enjoy this trip. We're going to enjoy stopping at the rest, whatever station. We're going to have lunch there so they can look forward to the lunch on their way to their destination, right? We're going to say, okay, fine, after 2 hours, we're going to watch a movie in the car, whatever. They're looking forward to that movie. Now, the destination is not only focused, but the way there, the whole way there now becomes this beautiful thing and this beautiful thing that the experience for them, right? So it's very, very important, guys, for us to be aligned. We have to be aligned. Alignment, find ways that you can align yourself so that everything about you will agree with wealth, it will agree with prosperity, and it will agree with God, it will agree with good. So build coping mechanisms for yourself when you find yourself anxious or whatever that is happening, or where you see that it's hard for me to let go, or it's hard for me not to want to be in control all the time of everything. Find ways to find coping mechanisms so that you will be aligned, so that when the blessing comes, it won't find you wanting. You will be ready for it and you can fully enjoy it. You will fully enjoy it, right? And because you will be rested, you'll be that person that is not restless, but you will actually have time to think, and you will be in a beautiful position to receive all the good that is you deserve. You deserve good. You'll be ready and you'll be able to receive it very, very well. It will come and rest and find a beautiful resting place, that wealth, that prosperity. Okay. So let's just be mindful to make choices that align with good. Every morning, whatever you declare, for people who declare in the morning, make declarations that agree with what you know, that thing that you're looking for, that thing that you agree with, whether it's prosperity, those declarations, what you think. It's not only what we speak, it's what we think, our hearts, everything has to align so that we are in agreement. All right. Let's be in agreement. There's so many things, like I said, that are happening in ONPASSIVE, beautiful moments, and we owe it to ourselves to celebrate those moments too, because they're part of our journey. So thank you so much, everybody, for allowing me this time. I love you so much. In case you didn't hear it today, I love you. Thank you for this time.
Wow, that was a very, very exceptional mindset, Sister Lorato. I mean, you put it in the simplest of way, that all what I wrote down, I don't even need to repeat them because it's as straightforward as it can be. And you talked about alignment from all the different aspects. You covered it all. Dr. Bill has given us one additional learning experience this afternoon, another moment that exemplifies what our sister's mindset has just put it out there for us to say. We have just found ourselves in the moment with Dr. Bill. That is the opportunity. That is the knowledge. So much worth of knowledge that he has come to share with us. And what do we show gratitude for? Alignment, that we are here with the time. Alignment that God has made it possible for us to be here as ONPASSIVians. Alignment that we are agreeing that this is good, because ONPASSIVE is a business with heart. Our CEO is a man with heart who looks forward to uplift humanity. All of this is alignment. So let us all take that moment and let it sink in. And if for one moment, like our sister has just said, you're a bit distracted, or you're stressed, or you are not happy, or you're uncomfortable, just mentally bring yourself back and say, we are in the moment. And this is the time. You need to be ready. You don't want for that moment to come and you are not. And so thank you, sister. Thank you, Queen Lorato. That was wonderful. Much appreciated. And we love you too, sis, as much as you love us all. Thank you. At this time, I think we can go to our next agenda for the day, which is going to be the updates. And Dr. D, I will pass it over to you.
How did you not introduce him?
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Hey, peace, blessings, and enough holy plenty, lot of love to all our queens and all our kings on this on this platform. my eyes starting hurt. I, I used to 4K, kind of used to 4K, and now, oh my goodness, I don't know what I am viewing right now. Anyway, wonderful. Thank you very much, Dr. Bill Liang, and that was awesome eye-opening. So the varied, different tools that you use in dealing with your marketing on a personal level. That's good, very good, very good. Most of us don't have a clue with marketing, and so getting involved will be very good. And thank you very much, Queen Loretta Dari. Really appreciate that awesome mindset. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, the mindset is the most important thing that you can invest in. Because if you're a criminal and you have money, you're going to still think like a criminal. I remember back in Jamaica, this boy was so, thief, was such a thief, that and want to do the wrong thing. All the time he want to do the wrong thing. And so he will jump over the fence, go up the neighbor's mango tree, feel the mango if it is ripe, come down the mango tree and so on the mango tree. Because he wants to just do the wrong thing. He's stoning the mango tree, but he's making sure that the mango is ripe before he stone the mango tree. So just always want to do the wrong thing. And so whether or not you have money, if you don't or not, if you don't have the right mindset, you are going to be in problem still. So listen, this time is a time when you and I, and most of you are broke pocket people. So align yourself properly with the proper mindset so that not if, but when we start to accumulate that funds, then we'll have the right mindset to do the right thing with abundance that we are going to be blessed with. So please, let us take this mindset very seriously. Thank you very much, Queen Lorato. Take the mindset very seriously because it is serious. It is serious. You recognize that wealthy people think differently. They have different mindsets than poor person, right? I can learn that from Rich Dad Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki. The poor people think differently from wealthy people. Think differently. It's a different mindset. And so the best thing that you and I can do with our time right now is to get all the minds that we can get. Because all of this, listen, when we talk about motivational speak and inspirational speak and all of these speakers that are out there, it's big money if you go listen to them. Big money, $400 or $500 to listen to these people, right? And we are getting free and we are disregarding it. Let us listen attentively, take notes, and uplift ourselves out of my clay mentally. Because without that mental mindset, then oh my goodness, it's terrible. So it done right first, and it's the mindset. All right, that's why 90% of people have been locked up. They don't have anything to show. 2 months in, two months to 2 years. They don't have anything to show. They were staff from before they win that lot money. And so therefore we are going to dive into the we are going to dive into our updates. All right, wonderful. We are going to dive into our updates at this time. And of course, as you know, Ashmufara was on a little medical leave, if I want to say it that way. He is still on medical leave, right? But things are still happening, right? Things are still happening. And so we have updates as he did come on Wednesday it was, I think, right? He did come on Wednesday. And so we do have a mindset feature with what was said on Wednesday. I don't know if Queen Anla want to really say anything before we dive into the mindset, the updates. The mindset is on my mind. Hey, mindset, very important, right? Thank you very much, Rata Shadari. Yes, go ahead, Queen Kanla.
Yes, Dr. D, thank you. Thank you for that word. My name is Kanla Nge. I will be joining Dr. Derek today in doing the updates for you. And we have a lot to share with you. Stay tuned.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Let me then hold the show this way. All right. I hope you can see the screen.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let us go into updates. Update. Now, if you go to our website, if you go to our ONPASSIVE website, you're going to be blessed with this message because ONPASSIVE don't leave us in the dark. Ashmufare does not leave us in dark. All right. So if you go to the ONPASSIVE website, which is onpassive.com, right, you will see this message to us as ONPASSIVE family. It says, Dear Passive family, as all of you know, we are in the process of migrating and improving our ecosystem. Our platforms and websites may be temporarily unavailable until this process is complete. Our team will inform you soon as the migration process is complete. So remember, we're migrating to a brand spanking new ecosystem. Oh my goodness. Stay tuned for the upcoming enhancement of this process. Because remember, we're supposed to also have our branded website, that you remember that will come as yet, our branded website. And so we are putting together the OES that will control all of these moving parts all over the place. So please let us understand that this is a massive, massive project.
We are always available at support@onpassive.com. If you have any questions or need further information in the meantime.
Yes, beautiful. So support@onpassive.com. Support@onpassive.com. If you need any support for anything, which I don't think you'll need any support right now because we are migrating. All right. So, as I said, Ashmufar came on the 26th and he said these. It has been 3 weeks in surgery and covering is doing well. Also, he got the flu and is feeling much better now. which was Wednesday, 26th. Thank you all for your thoughts, your concerns, your prayers, your well wishes, your goodness. With Ashmafari, thank us all very much. But work continues as usual.
We have a clear confession. Our CEO says, we have a clear confession. We got off track a little in certain projects. We got back to the fundamentals, and now we are moving forward. But he reinforces that we are committed to our pledge. We said we would be the best AI company without any discrimination around the world. We went all in to make a significant impact and had some major challenges.
We got some negative reactions from some people who soon to go over the details and misalignment. We assure you it will make you proud that we are accomplishing what we are accomplishing. No dates will be given. The message going forward will be take a look at this and go check it out. Check it out with Gladys, now with Ashmafari.
We hope it touched your heart, what we had to do for your advantage, all of us. So soon, you will understand the restructure, and it will be worth your patience. We continue to fight and battle. The business is not that friendly or encouraging. We will be the beacon of hope for humanity.
Wonderful. So have no despair because we will be able to sweeten the deal, compensate for any miscommunication. Ash had said to establish, has decided to establish a link on some channel that will give you accurate and to the point update direct from Ash. The OConnect, as of now, is an awesome application, and awesome it is. As oh my goodness, as I said, my eyes are hurting based on the quality of video that I'm getting on this platform. See, I'm, my eyes start to get used to the 4K. All right, but anyway, it is what it is at the time where we want to the final product, right? So even what we are seeing now on ONEC, it is not the final product. This is still in the initial user platform stage.
And we are testing the processors. Renewal is not available.
We're doing
Processors?
what?
Yes.
We're doing now. What are we doing now?
We are migrating. So renewal is not available, but processors are only available for new accounts that are ready to subscribe. That is it. We are migrating. So
nice.
Yes, Dr. D. Let's take a look at what you have actually paid. Yes, let's take a look. This is it. Please listen carefully. Laid out. Let's take a look at what you have actually paid. Founding members, Dr. D, $97. or connect, $143 for most founders.
Actually, your $97 plus $10 sign up was credited back to you before you purchased OConnect. So in essence, you did not pay $97 because that was refunded. Plus, we got $10 as a credit because we migrated from all founders to the OES or to the ecosystem as we rightfully know it. So your first sale of OConnect paid you 100% commission. So in essence, you have paid nothing out of pocket. So watch this, you see, we have been doing it incorrectly based, that is what Shmufar was saying, based on some misunderstanding. Some founders divulged, some quote unquote leaders divulge in the earlier stages. Because if you remember, Ash Mufaris said we only need one account.
That's
Now,
right.
if you just paid for one account, then you would be good. But unfortunately, a lot of us registered multiple accounts. So we have multiple $97 out of our pocket, which does not actually. So don't blame Shmufari for your misconception that you and I did. You and I pay for multiple accounts, which
For
that's
your greed, Dr. Derek,
for
greed.
greed. For greed, yes. Because some leaders, quote unquote, say, listen, the more you have, the more money you're going to get. And yes, down the road that will be so. That, because if you have two accounts, then, you'll be getting from accounts. Yes, it is down the road. Right now, or from before, Ash Mufari say you only need one. And he has been belaboring that point. You only need one, but you buy 10, and some 50, and some went extravagant, gone in the hundreds. And that's all right. But listen, don't cry and ask me for a shoulder now that you paid so many $97 and you want back your money. Because that's not, this is how it was supposed to happen. Because if you remember clearly, and I'm trying to break it down as much as possible because this is what Ashfar is adding into the pot. Remember when we just started and we started to pay for accounts, it's free and you are free. Remember that so-called slogan? So this is what was supposed to be. Watch this now. You pay for one, $97, and then you encourage someone to get on board with you and pay for one. You encourage another person to get on board with you and pay another one. You encourage a third person to get on board with you and they paid another one. So those three, right? And you did not come out of pocket for those 4 accounts. That's what a lot of us did. We come out of pockets for 4 accounts because of Dr. P.H. said greed. and so watch this now. When the time come now to pay for OConnect, that first person that registered with you, they should now pay for the OConnect, which is 143, and you would have gotten that reimbursement or that commission. So right away, your $97 would be almost double. No, not really double. 1.5. So it would be all you from the get-go. Every person, or almost the majority of person, would be way in the green, because that first commission would have give you 97 plus 143. That would be about 53 or 52, 45, sorry, about $45 you would have practically in your pocket. And then those other two persons, 25%, would have that's about what, $33, 25%, would have got about $33, so that would be $66. So that would be at least $100 in your pocket. But we didn't do that. What we did is that we pay for all 4 accounts. So therefore, we are not crying because we have 4 accounts to pay. And then we didn't get any person to come in with those 3 accounts. So we are left with 4 accounts and no commission. That is not Ashmufari's fault. So please stop blaming Ashmufari, because Ashmufari at no time asked us to do that. It was a simple, straightforward thing that we should have done. Is just get 1 account. So if you're 10 and 50 and 100, that to yourself. We don't need to know that anyway. All right? Wonderful. And so you have got back your first 100% commission from the first sale if you have done it properly. But most of us didn't do it properly. We do our own thing, regardless of what Ashmufar said, and now we are complaining. Stop complaining, because you did not follow what Ashmufar said from the beginning. All right? So, beautiful. Let's move on.
All right. Yes. We have spent millions to keep these products up and running without generating revenue. You have had the ability to use the product as essentially no charge, 0 charge. You will not be able to renew until all back commissions have been paid for those people who have them.
Beautiful. And so therefore, what is now? Organic launch September. So that's September, right?
Yes.
September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, and we can say June, because this is the last day in June. So we're talking about 10 months. 10 months. 10 months. And for those of us who have or had Zoom paying for, then we would have known that the cheapest package on Zoom is $100. $100. That's the cheapest, right? And of course, you just get 100 participants. I don't know what to do with it.
Nope,
anyway,
you don't
all right, 100 participants and $100, right? So we're talking about $1,000 right here. $1,000. So as far as I'm concerned, I personally, I don't know about everybody else, but I personally saved, let me take off the 100. I personally saved $900 in my pocket. So we don't understand this thing, money saved is money gained. We don't understand that concept, because we're still thinking of like poor man and not as a person looking toward wealth. So I have saved $900 for the past 10 months because I have been using Connect like the dance. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been enjoying Connect without spending another dime.
Yep.
And so, what Ashmufar is also saying that all the commissions are going to be paid out before we or our pocket if we have to, because that's how most of us set up our thing, because it's how you set your thing. I have commission that I can now use because that is what was supposed to be done. Your commissions would now be able to use to further your journey in the whole scheme of things. But no, as I said, because you did 4 account and 5 account and nobody's else outside, so to speak, is in your group, then you have to be funding those 4 and 5 accounts and no commission, and so it is now a burden instead of a happy moment. For me, it is a happy moment, right? Because I have commission, and so when that payment that is going to be needed for the next phase of ONPASSIVE, then you are still going to be burdened to be paying again, so to speak. Real and true, at this juncture, you should not be paying again, because this is how the system did stop. But in follow the system, so please don't complain. All right, please do not complain. Thank you very much. And so, once cleared, which the commission that is now pending, right? Once those are cleared, there will be additional options to subscribe to paid products, right? So it's making sure that all the commissions are paid before you and I to pay from your commissions, or again for you out of pocket, based on the fact that you did not follow the right procedure. Hope you know that is you didn't follow the right procedure. All right, so please don't complain. Thank you very much. We are sorting out the different packages and prices to come. We will make it clearer as we move on. It is going to rock your world, but it's coming, because yes, it is coming. It is coming.
It is coming indeed. And if you get some turbulence, it is normal. It is okay, because of the massive shift to the platforms. Our new business model has been perfected to the point that it will be much easier for you and me to navigate. Changes will be made to stabilize our message. Ooh, and I love this one, to save money, Dr. D.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. You will know when it is done. Stay tuned. It will be much faster than you think. There has already been dramatic changes to many people involved in passive, beyond monetary aspect of what have already occurred. And yes, I can attest to that. I being involved in passive has been a tremendous catwampo time that I have ever spent on this planet. And that is why I will always try my very best to show up, to be present. I might not be upfront, I might be in the background, but I am there because this family is my family, the best family on planet Earth. That's me. I don't know about anybody else. I'm going to talk for me.
Oh, likewise here we all, me too, Dr. D. So you are not alone. And it is okay to modify or change details as long as the principles of our ONPASSIVE plan stay the course. Mr. Ash, our CEO, Ash Mufare, truly and yours truly, appreciate you all.
And so, please stay tuned. Stay tuned for Ashmofare's first book. Hey, yes, Ashmofare is planning to put out his first book, and that book will be known Feeling to the top. Feeling to the top. And
To the
so,
top.
buckle up,
Yes.
because
This is how we do it.
yes, because we are ONPASSIVE AI.
ONPASSIVE.
And that indeed was our mix for this week with last week. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Dr. D.
I really want to thank you, the presenters. You did that presentation. You cannot acknowledge yourself. That was the best of best updates that we've had on this forum. I am so grateful and thankful for the details that every single thing you have there is something that everyone is looking forward to hearing. I appreciate you, Dr. Derek. I appreciate you, Queen Kanla.
Yes, sis. I was about to appreciate Dr. Derek for all he does, what he puts in for the updates. Yeah, so you were right. I was not going to appreciate myself, but I just wanted to acknowledge him. So thank you. Thank you for doing that.
We're always grateful. And it's sad that Dr. Bill had to miss this today. But hopefully when he comes back for part 3, it will be a different update, not what we're having now, because this one today was very unique, a very unique update. And the way it was, yeah, we know how we do it, the Dream Team way.
Yes.
Thank you both. That was outstanding for today. I can't wait for the next one, whatever it will entail, especially what's going on now. It might be a very unique one. So I'm going to say thank you once more. And I'm going to, Queen Kanla, thank you. You're doing an awesome job. We're going to pass it over to our next team. Unless you have something to add first, and then I'll pass it to you to add, and then in the next team, please.
Dr. Patience of our hand for the longest while.
My apologies.
That is what I wanted to say. So, and I don't have anything. You can proceed.
I'm patiently waiting that if the new next team want to call me, that's fine. But it was anyway. I want to first of all thank everybody, the presenters for today, Dr. B, Pilarato, and the update team. See, Dr. Derek and Pinkala, what you did today. When I said that is great, people don't understand. In the overall scheme of things, in the long run, Mr. Ashbuffer gave us this thing for free. He gave it us for free.
Yes.
He refunded our $97. Okay. He gave us a $10 credit that would offset our processing fees. You remember all those processing fees?
Yes.
And your first sales is 100% commission. So if you look at everything, the mathematician in me just said, oh my God, I don't know, maybe I thought about it. This thing is for each OES account. Okay, I know some of us were greedy, we got more than one instead of just the one. But for each and every one of them, in the long run, looking at the overall scheme of things, Mr. Ash Kufar has given us this business for free. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? If you have
Ash
not
Kufar.
understood it today, understand it.
Nope.
I know people have not seen it, they're not seeing it, but in the long run, if you look at the overall scheme of things, this business was given to us for free.
Actually, it's a short one, you know.
Free. Sorry, Dr. Derek?
Said actually it's a short run. Because we got back 97 year before last.
Wow.
We got back the
Anyway,
$97 year before last, you know.
I was just going to say that, and if you take the mindset that our sister blessed us with today, and she gave a scenario when you travel with kids, and a lot of us have done those road trips. And if you break it down, and there's looking at something in between instead of the end result of the final destination. If you break it down and just start thinking about, oh, we have not withdrawn money from it yet, I know that's where we came in. Most of us started with that. Thank God, develop and gain a different mindset. This thing has been given to us for free, so people be patient and wait. Patience is a virtue. Thank you. Over to you, Queen Debbie. Thank you. I just wanted to add my voice there. That I'm just thinking, I'm like, wow, wow, wow.
Your voice is very much welcome. Thank you. And Queen Kamla.
Yes, I think Dr. Derek just said what I wanted to say. I wanted to bring to your attention that Sister P's hand was raised, and then, I mean, everything has been said. So over to you, sis, to introduce the next.
Okay, thank you everyone once more. At this stage, we're going to call on our other sisters, Queen Benny, Queen Aisha, and Queen Yvonne, to work on our questions and discussion session. Q&D coming up next with our three lovely sisters. I know I saw Queen Aisha in the house. She did come in at least twice. I think her internet is playing games with her. And I also saw Queen Yvonne. So over to you, my darling sisters. Keep smiling, Dr. Smiley.
Greetings. Happy Sunday to my queens and kings around the globe. As I will always say, I want to welcome each and everyone, and I want to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing each and everyone today, this evening, morning, or afternoon. Now, it all depends upon your location. I also want to thank Him for sending another important person to all of us, an amazing, or should I say an extraordinary CEO, Mr. Ash Mufere. He is determined to make you and I happy. Are you guys ready? Let's work hard and pray for him. Thank you. My name is DB. Queen Yvonne, please proceed.
Greetings, Dr. Benny. Greetings to everyone on the Dream Team. I want to thank Patience, first of all, for having me here. So, Dream Team first. Thank God, most of all, you know that, Dr. Benny. We believe the same thing. We thank God for being here, especially on this one occasion where we're proving that we're really having the unpassive spirit, as Dr. Patience says. We are easily able to be proactive and pivot whenever we need to. So, even though we don't have our baby, as you call it, we are having an adopted baby, I guess. Thank Dr. Bill. I really loved what he had to say, even though we might not need to use it because the reason we're with Unpassive is because we're not great marketers, correct? But the knowledge is always good and we can help ourselves that way. Thank you, Sister Lovato. Always great to hear that mindset and how we are vibrational beings and we should align ourselves with positive always. And that's also from our Heavenly Father. Thank you, Dr. Derek and Kanla for the updates. And as I said, I'm Yvonne Finn and I monitor the chat. I don't see any questions there at the moment, so I'll hand it back to you, Dr. Penny.
Okay. Anyway, I really want to thank our update team and those who welcome us this afternoon or morning. You guys, the way when you welcome us, we are so thrilled. I mean, everybody say, if you don't call my name, I get mad, you know? So I really want to thank you all for welcoming us. I want to thank our moderation team. I want to thank our presenter, Dr. Bill Williams, and our amazing mindset Queen Lerato. I want to make sure I pronounce her name correctly. But anyway, don't worry, I'll be rich. And I'm going to give you the money if I don't pronounce your name correctly. We are here to work together as a team. So we work on the chat as well as we will call you if you raise your hands electronically and you have any questions or you have any amazing, something that you want to talk about, the importance of ONPASSIVE. I love ONPASSIVE. I don't know if you guys love ONPASSIVE, but if you have any question, please raise your hands electronically and we'll call you, or you can write your question on the chat. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, we have Mr. Deepak. Could you please unmute yourself?
Okay. Just a minute. If we could just close the YouTube and so we can, give a different recording for the question and discussion. If you could close YouTube, please.
Yeah. Is Aisha available? No.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. I won't be able to on my video for now.
Okay.
Now, thank you, Dr. Patient. Good morning, wherever you're joining us from. My name is Aisha Danusa. I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm part of the facial and discussion team. As Dr. Benny rightly said, if you have any question, go ahead and raise up your hand electronically, physically, or go to the chat and drop your question from there. We're going to take it from there. Thank you once again. Thank you, everyone. Let me take this first hand. We have.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Isn't Dr. Derek asking that the session be closed on YouTube? Isn't that what he's asking?
Yes. Someone please close the session.
Go ahead and close the YouTube channel. Sister Kamla.
Okay. Thank you. I was going to pass it to Dr. Either Dr. Sister Debbie, but I can still do it. At this time, we want to say thank you to all our ONPASSIVE family here with us with the Dream Team today, Sunday. Thank you for coming. You know we love you, and we always enjoy when you spend your time. We do not take it for granted. And we ask that please come again on Sunday. Be with us on Sunday for the next Dream Team ONPASSIVE. But if you cannot, remember the other webinars that we do have within the week. Mondays to Friday. I may not be able to name all, but through the chats that we have, for now I do remember Wednesday, Sister Julie Pierre. I know the other webinar, Passion, Singapore. And for the others that I may not be able to call right now, please, there will be others that you can follow within the weekend. To stay tuned and be in alignment, like our mindset. Be in alignment wherever you can, whichever platform that best will be in alignment, that you can be in understanding in one movement forward with our business, with our company ONPASSIVE. So thank you. And for those that we are in Zoom today. So I was about to say, please join us in O Connect, but our baby we are doing migration right now. So no, we are not going to O Connect. So please just stay tuned. If you have Zoom, just reconnect, and then you can continue with the question and answers from there. So thank you all. Thank you to all our leaders, the welcome team. We appreciate everything. Our speakers for today, Dr. Bill. We have so much gratitude for what you've shared with us today. And we look forward to asking you all the questions. There will be a lot coming. Thank you so much. The updates team, thank you. And the Q&D, thank you, my fellow sisters. You're truly appreciated. So see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.